All right, and we should be live right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's weekly market recap. We're here once again to go over what has happened in the world markets over the past week and to see what we can expect in the week moving forward. As usual, I'm gonna give everyone a little bit of time to join in, settle, let me know in the chat if you can that everything is working as it should. And in the meantime, let me introduce you to my co-hosts. To my left-hand side, you can see Bruno Perinelli. Welcome on the show, Bruno. How are you doing today?
Hi there. Hi, Oliver. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty well. It's what a week we had, right? And to my right-hand side, I have Jake Torres. Welcome on the show, Jake.
Yes, hello everyone.
Nice to have you with us. So,
Thank you so much.
hopefully everybody slowly settled in and ready to get into what we have had happening over the last week. So, Bruno, could you give us a little bit of an overview of what's been happening in Europe and in the States? I know that we've had the Silicon Valley Bank thing. I think that we can get right to that, as that's probably what most people are going to be wondering about.
Sure. Well, the week started with the bailout to the Silicon Valley Bank and other regional banks. I think the Fed's doing a U-turn in its monetary policy. Expectations for future hikes plummeted. So the Fed may pause its hikes soon, probably this meeting on March the 22nd or the next one. Also, the Saudi National Bank and Credit Suisse brought up some uncertainty and fear to the markets. Despite being satisfied with the restructuring plan, the Saudi National Bank, which is one of the biggest shareholders of Credit Suisse, is planning on not sending more funds to the Credit Suisse. So that that brought the Swiss National Bank to the scene, as it had to say that it's going to back the Credit Suisse if any liquidity crisis emerge. And also the ECB, the European Central Bank, hiked 50 basis points its interest rate. Lagarde highlighted that European banks are solid, but I'm doubting about it. She also said that the European Central Bank is going to back the banks if any sort of liquidity crisis or some bank runs emerge also. And I'm thinking that probably the European Central Bank is going to do the same as the Federal Reserve. Is going to probably pause its interest rate hikes, as the hikes, that aggressive monetary policy is probably because of these problems.
All right, thank you. And how has it reflected on the market so far?
Well, there's been a lot of volatility, uncertainty, and in either in forex and the commodities and indices markets. I think we should focus especially on risk management in these volatile times. Risk control has to be a priority more than ever right now, and we have to be. We've seen some big movements, especially in the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and obviously in the S&P 500, gold, and obviously other major pairs.
Thank you, Bruno. Jake, I'm sure that the Asian markets have been affected as well by the collapse of the bank. Did we have any other important events happening over this week?
Based on our economic calendar during the Asian session, it's not that important, but it drive the market, the AUD NZD. So there was from retail sales from New Zealand. It was bad, and the bad number versus the forecast, but it was not surprising. And the Australian dollar, there was an employment rate. It was good, good numbers versus the forecast, and it became the reason during the day for the rise of the AUD NZD. But basically, the theme now of this week market price action is still the concern with the bank sectors. Started with the of course the Silicon Valley Bank, and the next bank that was in concern was of course the Credit Suisse Bank. And during this time, there's an opportunity with this kind of market move, because basically when we would like to trade this kind of environment, my personal plan, I go to the AUD Japanese yen pair and the forex market. And we saw that after of course, both this negative issue from the bank, we saw price action to the south for AUD Japanese yen. But what is challenging with this kind of environment is, of course, we saw a massive downside movement for AUD JPY. The challenge is, where do we enter? Because and it is only a very shallow pullback, because it is really a flush out rest of tone in the market.
Well, you sort of took my question away from me, as I was exactly wondering about that. There's a saying, never let a good crisis go to waste. So I wanted to ask exactly, where do you guys see the opportunities emerging for our traders?
In the financial market, of course, that will be probably a selling opportunity for the AUD yen, NZD yen, CAD yen, or the AUD CHF, NZD CHF, or the CAD CHF. And the NDCs, of course, it is also a weakness, selling opportunity in the index market. And in the commodities market, that will be a buying opportunity for gold. So at least we have this, when this kind of environment, if we understand this, we have this overview, what asset are we looking for to look for an opportunity.
So commodities definitely going to have a buying week there. Well,
yeah, especially gold.
Yeah, as a safe haven asset, that absolutely makes sense.
Yes.
Now, that is the week behind us. Bruno, what can we be looking forward in the upcoming week?
Well, on Wednesday, we got the big Fed rates decision, 25 basis points. It's now as expected after this whole banking gates. Then the CPI in Canada is obviously is expected for Tuesday. Then some other price indices in the UK. We got the CPI and the PPI on Wednesday. And also the Bank of England rates decision on Thursday, also 25 basis points are expected.
So what possible trading opportunities could arise from the decisions of the banks regarding the interest rates?
Well, I'm seeing a head and shoulders pattern on the euro dollar, and which is quite obvious. We've mentioned this on Discord. Many of us agree that there's a head and shoulders that might be triggering if it crosses down 1.048. But there's a big support holding there at 1.05. We have to have a look at that pair, check it every day, every hour, or place an alert there at 1.05. When it crosses downwards, then it might trigger a big short there to probably the parity or 1.01.
Thank you for the insights. Jake, what can we be excited for in the upcoming week in the Asian sessions?
During the Asian session next week in our economic calendar, there is no really an important event. But I think, on my personal point of view, the concern of this bank news now is still in the corner. So I suggest to still look for the market sentiment, look out for the VIX, because a higher VIX is a risk off, meaning if it is a risk off, we look for a selling opportunity for the AUD yen. And that's it.
All right.
It's the most important.
Now, in the Asian sessions, we can be expecting a week of consolidation from the massive news that we've had about Silicon Valley Bank collapsing. Well, that is it for what you guys can expect during the next week. And for those of you who are watching live, I can give you one more bit of information and a surprise, and that is that if you'd like to, if you are in Asia, on the 20th of May, me and Jake are gonna be at the Traders Trade Fair in Manila in Philippines. So you're gonna be able to meet us live, win some good prizes if you sign up, and overall have a chat, have some fun, look at the booths, and have a nice day. So if you'd like to, definitely go check that out. We're going to be posting it about it more on our social media. But for those of you who are in Asia, come and visit. In the meantime, don't forget to follow our Discord, where we have daily market analysis from both of our mentors and much more content for you guys. Once again, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for joining the show, Jake, Bruno. And for all of you viewers, I wish you a wonderful weekend. And those who are watching on Monday morning, have a successful trading week. And we'll be back with you next Friday, 11 a.m. UK time. Until then, have a great one.